slippery. This is my 2020 Toyota Tundra Overland Build, and we've had this truck now for a little over a year, and I wanted to spend some time and go through its current state because we got some big changes coming, and I'm pretty excited to share that. I'm right next to the airport, so you're gonna get a lot of that. Wait, what? There's a lot going on. My original plan was to actually go up camping last night with my son and do this video out in the woods, but we were pleasantly surprised by the campground that we're going to plows the main roads but doesn't plow the loops where the campsites are, and it ended up being like a pretty good sized berm. We did break through that, but I got a little nervous that we weren't be able to make it all the way through that big loop with the drifts and stuff. We abandoned, and now I'm at a local park where planes are flying over, but you'll have that. If you're new to this channel, my name is Matt, and we are a camping, overlanding, family-based adventure channel. And this series I like to call Spilling the Beans, where we just frankly talk shop, have a cup of coffee, and in this case, go through the current state of our Overland build. So without further, let's get into it. All right, so up front, you notice I've got a custom missing front bumper, and that was caused shortly after we bought the truck. We hit a deer coming back from the Moore Expo, and I did end up replacing all of the plastic parts and pieces and all of the light shroud and the front grille. I've waited to replace that because I'm really keen on getting a steel front bumper and perhaps even getting something with a bull bar to add a little bit more protection. Now with that, I have a TRD off-road package, which typically comes with a chrome shroud to match the chrome bumpers up front. I actually opted just to switch those out. From a cost perspective, it was the same deal, so I went with white, just a color match. I think it looks a lot cleaner. Outside of that, on the front, there's not a lot of modifications. I do want that steel bumper like I talked about, and I would like to get a winch installed. I also installed some of the places where you put ditch lights. I'm not really good with names, so I'll kind of flash up things on the screen of what I purchased, but I'm not actually sold I want to put ditch lights up there yet. I don't know if I like the look on the Tundra. I liked it on the Jeep, but I'm not sure if I like it on the Tundra. So I might wait for a bumper and then get some cool big lights to put lower and up front here. So let's jump around to the driver's side. I will note I do have ambitions to have a suspension lift put on the truck with probably like 3.5 inch, something like that, with 35-inch tires. But maybe like you know, finances aren't always, you know, the ability to spend that kind of cash isn't always available. So saving up, I'd like to do that. I'd also like to eliminate the steps and put more of a rock slide on the side because this is such a long body, but we'll get there. What I do have, an extrusion rack, which we'll talk more about when we talk about the kitchen setup. On this side, I have a Rhino 270 Batwing. I've had and ran these for many years since we first got into this overlanding. In fact, this is the original one that I had on the Jeep. It's held up great. There are some weak points on the hinges. They say by design, if there's a big wind gust, it does break those, but they're cheap parts, easy to replace. I personally haven't had them break on ours. It does have the built-in legs, but again, a really nice awning. We typically put it out for rain more so than the sun and anything like that, but really nice feature. Below that is an Overland Vehicle Systems shower, changing room, bathroom, if you will. A good friend, Nate, which you've seen on the channel before, he made some little brackets for me that put this below and hang off of the awning. This shower room is honestly, we use this all the time outside of just when we're camping. We'll come in here, change quick. We also have the bathroom with us at all times, so if we need to have an emergency, we can use this. So this has been a really, really nice feature. So with that, we will jump around to the passenger side. So on the passenger side, first up is just a simple plain old case. This is just for extra storage. Storage is an issue, which I'll get into one of our major changes moving forward. But we just keep our stove up here right now, and but we can flip this out. I've had chairs in this space, different things. So just some additional storage on the side of the rack. Up top though, this side is the entry to our iCamper 3.0. I've had this tent now for a couple of years, and it's frankly just been awesome. It fits all four of us inside. It's just, I got everything good to say about it, honestly. It's a great quality tent. I'm very happy with the purchase, although it was a big expenditure. So with that, let's jump inside first. Show you a couple quick mods that I put inside, and then we'll go around to the business end and show the kitchen and galley and all of that setup. Let's go to inside. So on the inside, honestly, pretty minimal as well. A couple things. Cup holders are always an issue. I found this on Amazon. I'll put links to all this stuff down below. But I found this where it actually fits my Yeti or any of my larger water bottles. So this has been great. It holds up really good. It twists in and expands. I really like this. And I also put in for my good friends, New Holland. They have side Molle panels, screws right to your center console. And I put on some general bags on the side just for general storage. I have this both on the passenger and driver side. Up top, I did put the Victory 4x4 mounting plate up here, and this does have 67 design mounts. I had the 67 design mounts from the Jeep, so honestly I just had to buy the plate and the rest fits in. So we use this for our phones, obviously the Garmin, and our GoPro for filming some conversations inside the cab and also pointing down the road. Besides throwing some patches up top, largely the inside has stayed pretty stock, and I want to try to keep it as clean as possible. Sometimes a lot of those gadgets and gizmos just get in the way of adventure as opposed to providing a solution. But all right, with that, let's jump in the back and talk about the kitchen area. All right, let's talk about the business end of the truck. So starting in the back, talk about the biggest feature. We have the Xtrusion Overland rack. We actually partnered with Xtrusion. We've had this for over a year now, and I was a little concerned with all the different bolted connections, but honestly, this thing has held up so well. Very happy with this rack and this system. I think it's awesome. How versatile it is. You know, you can bolt things on, you can make different slides. In this case, all we really have is our propane mounted on one side, and then I just made a slide, and this holds our jerry can. I had friends at TC Teardrop make this little tray for our jerry can so we can fill up some water and then push it back when it's not in use. It's been really awesome, and I went with the model. Oh, someone's coming in here. All right, sorry about that. Got a little distracted. We also went with the system in which it ties into the Retrax XR slide. So it has a T-slot here in which the extrusion rack ties into, which honestly from an aesthetic standpoint, I think looks super clean, and it makes it really easy to utilize the extrusion rack on top of having your stuff secure below. So again, I really like that. I'm going to do a video, if not already, on the Primo Works. I'll link down to that video as soon as I have that, but this is kind of like a nice trash bag. This is a feature, when we had the Jeep, it was one of the first things I put on the Jeep, and I loved it. Use it, again, well outside of just the normal camping stuff. But I really did miss this. So when I saw Primo Works with a similar quality that's installed, I jumped at the opportunity. So I've got a couple of mods that I made on this, and I want to do a full review. So more to come on that. All right, let's talk inside. So let's start off with the tonneau cover. And honestly, this is my Achilles heel and one of the leading reasons on why we're switching things up. Does great for security. Aesthetics looks awesome, but by design, it's not 100% waterproof. and everything underneath here is where we would keep our clothes, our sleeping bags, etc. So basically the one reason that I wanted this is to keep things water and weather tight, and it doesn't do the job. So although I love the extrusion rack, this thing is just, frankly, just makes it very inconvenient. The other piece is it really does split potential storage with a topper, hint hint. If there's a topper on above, now you're gaining all of this from an enclosed space, and when you're traveling with 4 people, you need that space. But underneath that, I did build a plywood platform. So it's basically just a spray painted black treated wood platform, and that was just gave me a little bit of, you know, small space to mount everything, including the fridge and the battery system in the back. So again, platform, I put a fridge on a Dometic slide. So this is a 35 liter Vit Frigo. No problems with the fridge. I think it does great. Had this for many, many years with no issues. I would like to consider moving up to a 55 liter fridge, but we'll get there. I did put the Milwaukee pack out system, so I have 2 plates here so I can move and interchange different things. I found really good success with that. Way up front, which I'll try to get some footage, we have 2 Renogy 100 amp hour batteries. They're their Pro Series, so they have a heater pack inside of it. I did a review on the battery in itself, and I'll link that down below. But that powers basically all of the accessories and runs power up to the tent when we need to do, you know, get our power up there for phones and lights and air up mattress, things of that nature. So largely this is the back. We use the pack out for our kitchen or whatever accessories. We have the fridge for all of our cold storage, batteries up front, and then largely this is a space, again, where we would keep our clothes and bags and all of the stuff that comes along with travel. Which leads me to our next step. So I've got a couple things in the works. Obviously I hinted already at a topper, so definitely if you're interested in where we take this build, be sure to hit that subscribe button, join the journey. But from an overall idea and concept, we're going to a topper, we're gonna go to a drawer system, and just open this space up for more storage and more adventure. That should be coming within the next month, and this whole back end will change significantly. So that completes the walkthrough of our 2020 Toyota Tundra Overland build. If there's anything you would like more information on or understand more, oh my gosh. Sorry about that. All right, so quickly, before we get any more traffic, if there's anything that you would like to know more about or understand more about, be sure to drop a comment down below, and I'll be sure to do a follow-up comment and or video if there's enough requests. I appreciate your time, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you join our journeys and see what we got coming down the pipe this summer. Thanks for watching Fries on the Side, where adventure is served.